Hey guys, I'm Randy. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be going over step by step how to field strip, clean, lube, and reassemble your Bodyguard 2.0. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, share the video. All that stuff really helps me out and it doesn't cost you a thing. Now this application works for the regular Bodyguard 2.0 with or without the ambi thumb safety, and it also works on the 2.0 carry comp. So if you have either one of these versions, it's the same process. It works the same way. Now let's get into the breakdown. These are the items that we're going to use to clean the firearm. Most of the stuff you could buy in an all-in-one pistol cleaning kit, but this is the stuff that I like to use, and this is my workstation. First, you're going to need a nylon brush. I prefer nylon over the metal brush because it doesn't leave any scratches or markings on your firearm. You're going to need something with a fine edge to get in those hard to reach places. And then you're going to need a cleaning rod. It could be one like this, or it could be one of those flex cables. Whichever one you have is just fine. You're going to need some Q-tips. These cotton swabs come in very handy. Then you're going to need a bore jag. This right here is where it gets inside of your barrel and comes out on the other end. Next, you're going to need a bronze bore brush. Make sure you get ones for 380 or 9mm. It'll still do the same job and fit in the same barrel. You're going to need some kind of CLP. All-in-one CLP works just fine. Even a little bit of diluted acetone works just fine. But I like to use SC14 gun cleaner. To me, this just helps break down lead, copper, and carbon a lot easier and faster, in my opinion. Like I said, you could use a regular CLP and it does the same job. I like to go with the Lucas heavy duty gun oil because, especially for the Bodyguard 2.0, after 2 mags of this thing, it gets really hot. So that's why I like to clean it with this right here. Extreme duty gun oil for maximum heat resistance. This is just the stuff that I use. Again, you could use any CLP or whatever oil that you prefer to lube it with. I mean, hell, even regular motor oil will work. 530 motor oil will work. I don't recommend you use that, but it could work. You're going to need a cleaning rag, either something made out of cotton, even an old shirt that you have that you don't wear anymore. You could use that. You could use a microfiber cloth, whatever. You're going to need some cleaning patches like this. And most importantly, man, you need some gloves. I know a lot of people don't like wearing gloves to protect their hands, but I don't want copper, I don't want lead, I don't want that carbon buildup on my hands. That stuff seeps inside your skin, so please protect your hands with some good old regular gloves. Now let's field strip the pistol and get to work. The first and most important part of this whole process is to make sure that your firearm is empty and safe to work on. You do so by racking it back a couple of times. Then you rack and lock that slide back by pushing that tab up. That's your slide lock, slide release. You push it up. You check inside, make sure there's no round in the chamber. You look at the bottom. You can see right through. There's nothing in there. There's no magazine. There's nothing. You are now safe to work on your firearm. With this rack back like this, you swing down your takedown tab all the way to the 630 position. You release this again. You engage the trigger and you just assist it off like so. Then looking at your slide like this, your guide rod, you just push in and up. Remove that. Then your barrel, you could just lift that up like this, remove it like that, and there you go. You're ready to work on your pistol. With everything apart like this, you get your cleaner. I'm going to use the SC14 gun cleaner that I like to use. Again, you could use regular CLP or whatever it is that you prefer to use. And I just like to put this here like that, put that here like that, put that there like that, and just spray it. Turn it. Now it's important, this step is important. Make sure you do the front and a little bit right there. That's it. Do not get any in this area. We'll go over that later on. Then you leave that to sit about 10-15 minutes, and then you come back. The whole purpose of this is to have your cleaner do most of the work for you. All right, let it work for you. It gets inside of there. Give it time to get inside all of the creases and all of the small parts, and let it break down all that carbon and all that lead over time. So give it about 10-15 minutes, then come back.
A few moments later.
All right, 12 minutes went by. We gave that 12 minutes to break up everything that's inside of there. It should be well marinated now. Let's just say that. We take the nylon brush and we just scrape and brush everything to help break up what's there. All right, all that carbon and all that lead, all that gunk, you just get inside of the channel, all of the grooves. All right, like I said, the chemicals do most of the work for you, so you don't have to go too crazy with the brushing. And make sure you use this time to inspect all of your parts, making sure there's no real wear and tear, nothing is cracked, nothing is broken. Now we're going to work on everything one by one. Take this off. We're going to need to get to this. All right. So starting with your slide, right? You're going to take your rag and just wipe up everything that's in there. You're just going to wipe off everything as best as you can. You're not going to be able to get into everything because, you know, this gun is pretty small. The slide is pretty small, and then you're gonna have big fingers, so you're just gonna do the best as you can. This is just a rough pass through with the cloth. And while you're there, you just get the outside as well. Now the Bodyguard 2.0 have some really deep slide serrations here. If you want, you could get one of those Q-tips and go through each one independently. I'm not that fussy. If you are, go ahead, knock yourself out. But that is that. Now, remember I told you, try not to get anything inside of there. This is your striker, and this is your striker. This is your striker, this is your striker channel. What happens is that goes back and releases. You don't want to get anything inside of there because you don't want, it has a tight tolerance. You don't want any kind of chemicals inside of there because that could cause light primer strikes and your pistol is not going to operate properly. So try not to get anything inside of there as best as you can. Okay, now that that is there like that, you're going to get your Q-tip, your cotton swab, and you're just going to go through and get all of the places that you couldn't get before. Make sure you get inside of all of the channels here. You see, these are the channels that really glides on top of these right here. These are your rails. This is the channel for the rails. Those are what glides inside of there. So clean that out. Both sides. You can use as many of these as you want, but look at that. Make sure you get your firing pin safety as well. You get inside of there and clean all around it as best as you can. And then that's why we got this here. You just take that and just follow through all of the areas that you think you might have missed or wasn't able to get with the cotton swab. And that looks a lot better, right? Now your slide is done. Feel free to take as much time as you want on your slide yourself, or even all these components. Take as much time as you need. Matter of fact, I don't think I got here, so. Okay, now your slide is complete. I'll take your guide rod and spring and just twist it around inside of here. That doesn't take too much. See, that's why I say it's important to let this thing sit, because the chemicals will do most of the work for you. Now that is done. Same thing with this. You take your cloth and you give it a rough pass through. Then you get your cotton swabs and then you go right back at it to get into those crevices and hard to reach areas. Then you get your flat edge and same process. You get inside of there, make sure you get these rails. There's a lot of gunk and carbon buildup underneath those rails. So make sure you get underneath those rails. You want your slide to move freely. Now send it up through your mag well. You could use this to just assist it like that. Pull the whole thing through. Get your feed wrap. Look how shiny that is. So much better. All right, your slide is done. With your slide done and out of the way, let's move on to the barrel. Okay. Now you screw on your copper-headed bore brush And what I like to do, a lot of people tell you it doesn't matter. I don't know if it does, if it doesn't. Gunsmith friend who taught me this said to always go through one side, come out the other side. So you're going to start from your chamber side, down the barrel, and out the bore. Okay, because if you look inside, you'll see that it's a spiral. It's a spiral inside, and you want to keep that intact. So then you get the patch. You could wrap the patch inside of this like that, and then go again. Okay, that's what that is there, and then you can just take that off and go through. Like so. This, it doesn't matter. This you could go back and forth as you choose to. And that's it. Now that the cleaning is done, it's time to go ahead and lube it up, oil it up, and get it ready. Like I said, this is what I like to use. The Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil, especially for this pistol, because it gets so hot. But you could also use your CLP or your oil of choice. Let's start off with the slide again. You're just really going to apply this where you see wear, where you see that they rub against each other and the moving parts. So don't get anything in the back there. Just get a small little, and you don't have to go crazy with this. A little bit goes a long way. All right, you just get, that's it, right? You drop a little bit there, a little bit there, just a pinch, a little bit there, a little bit there, just a pinch. You get one of your cotton swabs that you didn't use already, and you just coat it. That's it. You just coat it. That's done. What I like to do is just get a little drip here, just a little drip along the way. And use your hand and just rub it around. Let it marinate. Rub it around, let it marinate. Okay, just like that. Move on down to your barrel. And same thing, whatever's on your hands, you could just really coat the outside of that. You don't want it too wet. You don't want it too greasy. Just a little bit for a little shine, a little protection. Then you get your little metal jag. You get one of these cleaning patches. That's it. And you just pass that through. Twist it and turn it a little bit. Make sure it gets lubed up, and that's it. Just be careful. This is pointy, so don't put your finger there. Don't put your hand there. Don't do anything crazy like that. I learned that the hard way. If you want, go back over the other side now. And that is done. Next up, you move on down to your frame, and same process. Make sure you get inside the little crevices, all the creases, all the little pieces, all the little moving parts. And like I said, a little goes a long way. You put a little drop there. You can see there's a little wear here. And you're just gonna rub this in. And look at that shiny finish. That's it. That's all you want. Nothing crazy. If you want, go inside of here, put a little bit there, get all in your mag well. And that's it. Your cleaning and lubing process is essentially finished. Now it's time to reassemble your pistol. You grab your slide, grab your barrel. This top side goes down into that channel and comes back. You get your guide rod, this end forward, this end back. You line that up there. You push it. Sometimes you got to finesse this thing a little bit. Get it right into the channel. If that doesn't work, you gotta turn it around and spin it a little bit like that, and then push forward and then back down like that. Just like that. Sometimes you gotta play with that and get it into the right channel. If not, turn it clockwise until it goes. Try again. And that's pretty much it. You get this right here. These tracks go on this channel right there, goes back all the way. You engage your slide lock. You make sure you turn this up all the way till it's parallel this way. Okay. You release that, and there you go. Function test. And that's it for that. Now what I like to do is grab the magazines. If you have 1, 2, 3, 10, whatever, just take the same rag and just clean your follower a little bit. You're not gonna get this thing perfect. It's not gonna look brand new again, but you get off some of that buildup. And just clean down your mags like that. Insert your mag for a function test. This should lock back, and it does. Perfect. There you go. Now, if your Bodyguard 2.0 is stiff and these doesn't work as easy as this, I have another video named How to Break In Your Bodyguard 2.0. I suggest you go check that out and follow that process, and it'll really loosen up all your functions like this. Okay? So there you go. That's the steps and the process that I take to clean my Bodyguard 2.0. And it's been working for me for a long time. This is a method that I used, that I learned from a gunsmith friend of mine a number of years ago. And I apply it to all my guns, and it's been working. So listen, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. I answer all my comments. And before I let you go, I just wanted to point this out. If you guys are looking for a good quality holster, I strongly recommend you guys take a look at Foundry holsters. I'm not getting paid by them. They're not paying me to say this. I just want to put it out there so to save you guys some time and money, because I've tried about, I don't know, 6 different holsters for this thing, and none of them came close to this. When it comes to craftsmanship, quality, comfort, this is second to none. So if you're interested, I have a full video out on the channel. Go check it out. But Foundry holsters. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, or be dangerous. Peace out.